I believe what I just spoke about in terms of impulsiveness. Anytime anyone goes on tilt, it's impulsiveness. So it's either you're trying to correct a problem right away, which is a loss, or if you missed a trade that you were waiting on and it just took off without you, and you know you shouldn't chase it, but you just can't let it go. You just jump in there and just get a piece of it. And you think to yourself, well, it shouldn't come back here. I won't use a stop loss because that way I won't have to worry about getting stopped out. I'll just endure it and hold on to it. And you end up wrecking yourself. You start doing things that are completely outside the spectrum of the model, the characteristics of a good risk manager, and you do everything wrong, which is the epitome of being impulsive, being reckless. And I don't believe I said anything that can't be applied with the other caller than what this would be for you. Like everything I said there pretty much is the same thing. Maybe it's not an external. Maybe it's not someone that's externally that you're trying to impress, but you're trying to live up to personal expectations that are way too high for your present skill set. And that's not something that's a permanent thing, but mostly it's the males in trading that when we start learning how to trade and we get a little bit underneath our belt in terms of prowess or ability, and we can become a break-even trader. That means we focus on not blowing the account, but we can find trades that make money. But then we have one or two spin outs where it takes that profit away, and we just stay around that hovering break-even time. And what happens is, as a male, we like to pretend that those losing trades don't happen. And something magical is going to happen, and they're all going to stop, and only the winning trades are going to be there. So you start putting blinders onto yourself psychologically that you are not taking losing trades that eat up all your profitable trades, and you start sweet talking yourself, and you become like this main character in a movie that you're the only star in, and there's no audience yet but just you. So you have an audience of one that you're trying to entertain and motivate because of results. And you're trying to convince yourself, again, it's not someone external, it's not someone you're trying to impress, but you're trying to live up to some hero mentality that you've placed the weight of that being in you. So it's one of these two things. It's always these things. It's either personal pursuits to outdo what you believe you're capable of before you're able to even do it, which is unreasonable expectations. And that's many times the root core issue with men as traders. We want to be the all-star quarterback. We want to be the Super Bowl ring wearing, MVP. We want to be the main character. We want to be the guy that looks, that this is the person I want to emulate. And that's what you're trying to live up to. Or you're trying to be that person in someone else's eyes. There's no other way about it. That's the way it is. And there's no different way of interpreting it. It's just either doing it internally with yourself or you're doing it externally for someone else. But you're placing the value of what you're doing as a result in the hands of the inexperienced you, that you're lying to yourself, saying that you're better than you really are right now, when you're not, because you're not giving yourself the time. You're not being patient enough to let yourself develop and grow through that break-even point. Staying around break-even is a wonderful platform to eventually become consistently profitable. There's not enough said about that, because if you see, when you first start, you're not going to do anything right. You're going to blow out all the time. And it's very hard to be encouraged by that, because you can't see any rhyme or reason as to why you should continue. Externally, your wife, your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, mother, parent, whatever, coworker, they're never going to understand why anybody that isn't seeing proof to continue would even still try to do this. But once you're bitten by this, you can't let go of it. And it's worse for someone that is not pushing or projecting their self-worth to people outside themselves, and they keep it internally. They are the ones I've discovered. And that's what I kind of did that. Initially, I was trying to impress an ex-wife to try to win her back. And to be honest with you, even if she was the one to come back, what she did, I was never going to be able to accept. So it would have been a doomed relationship. So I'm thankful that it didn't happen that way. But it morphed into that. When I finally got past her, it became a me thing. And I was wanting to live up to the aptitude of a much more skilled and experienced trader than I was at the time. I had just recently started figuring things out in the chart and seeing things. And I rushed to start teaching. And I was looking for that outside, oh, wow, this is really good. This is really good. But I couldn't do the things that they were imagining I was able to do in those early years. And I wrestled with that internally. And so I tried to force things. I used to try to train bigger and more frequently, even when I didn't see something I would have expected as a buying opportunity. That's all I was doing then. I forced things because I was like, I can't stand the pain while I'm waiting to follow the model. I got to do something right now. I can't do it. And I would go into tilt too. So I'm not sure if it's like that with you per se, but I believe it's not far from that if it isn't.